Welcome everyone to Pet's Best Friend. I'm the host of Pet's Best Friend, and the main man is Dr. Inayat Kathio, a world-renowned veterinarian, and also does a lot for America, representing Pakistan as a consul. And we're going to talk about that at the top of the show. Doctor, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you very much, Sam. We have this show for now 2 decades already.
Could you imagine that?
Yes, we were both
20 years.
Yeah.
And I had more hair,
Yes,
than what I have now. But it's amazing through the years how things progressed in veterinary medicine. Okay,
Yeah.
but you are very much involved as a diplomat for Pakistan as an honorary consul of Pakistan.
Yeah.
What is that, Inayat?
Honorary Consul of the Pakistan is just like a regular consul, but only thing is that we do not get paid, and our job is to make a good understanding between the two countries, like Pakistan and America. And there are some other tasks. We have to deal with the trade. We have to deal with the person. If a person is in a Pakistani citizen or something in the trouble or something, we go there to bail them out and stuff like that, and design a project where America and Pakistan can get both benefits. Sometimes trilateral meetings takes place. Like I just met the president of Nepal. Talk about the productive projects for Pakistan and the United States as well.
Now, are you talking about different issues other than veterinarian medicine?
Oh, it's veterinarian medicine and nothing to do with
Nothing,
it.
okay.
Nothing
This
to
is
do
a separate thing that you do for the country.
That's a separate thing that I do for the country.
Now,
because
you've been involved with this for a while because we've talked about this. You meet with a lot of senators, representatives, etc., in trying to be a liaison between Pakistan and the United States. Is that correct?
Yes. This is president of Nepal.
Okay.
And we talked about the issues and development things between the U.S. and Nepal and U.S. and Pakistan, and he is going to do a big project in Philadelphia.
And so you meet with other people that
Yeah. This one I went to the White House. We had issues with the Pakistani community, so we talk about issues pertaining to communities of Pakistan, and mostly for the Muslim people. We give some input that not all of them are terrorists. There are a few terrorists. They are also a problem for us, and they're a problem for the America
with
as
the
well.
Vice President.
This is with
Former Vice President.
Former Vice President Joe Biden, and he was the Vice President then when I met him. And he was very kind. He told me how the Scranton is pronounced. I was amazed.
Yeah.
I met him in South Carolina.
And who is this?
This is General Flynn. General Flynn is advisor to the White House, current advisor to the White House.
Okay.
And this is the Foreign Secretary of Mexico. And when we met him in Philadelphia, we talk about the U.S.-Pakistan's U.S. and Mexico relations. And you can see that I'm everywhere. The next thing is this is Foreign Secretary of Nepal. And I invited him to go to Pakistan and do some work with the USA. And this is top-ranking Senator Ben Cardin. He is a Democratic in the Foreign Committee top senator, Ben Cardin. And this is our Congressman Scott Perry from the Harrisburg. He's on the Foreign Committee. And this one, you know who this thing is?
My good buddy Barletta, yeah.
Yes, you said it right. And I'm going to see him again on 30th of this month. This is Ambassador Valerie Owens Biden, Valerie Biden Owens, and she's the UN ambassador. And so I can tell, you can see that where I'm.
So your involvement here is relationships, right? You know, and trying to improve relationships or continuing on relationships with all these different countries and how they work. Okay,
Yeah.
have you been fruitful?
Yeah, I've been fruitful. I've been very fruitful. Like I go and tell some people that I ask them that why you think Pakistan is good or bad or something like this, and they say, well, there is too much terrorism.
Yes.
And I tell them where the terrorism come from, and they say, well, because they are Muslim. I say no, get to the root of it. The Pakistan has suffered 50,000 like losses. If people lost life, Pakistan has suffered billions of dollars because of America. Because we went and fought with the Soviet Union in Afghanistan, and we created the jihadis. We created the jihadis, and we tell them to infidels. Soviet Union is invading the Islamic country or something, and then we left them. After we won the war, we left them there. And they germinated from there. They grew from there.
So there's a lot of misunderstandings.
There's a misunderstanding.
Yeah. So I guess the more, you know, you're involved with it deeply, which is interesting because, you know, and plus you're working your veterinarian business full time.
Yeah.
Well, we always wish you the best, okay?
Yeah, thank you very
Wish
much.
the best.
Thank you.
Now, speaking of your profession, okay, today we have a ferret, we have a dog leg tumor, we have a cat tumor, we have a dog who has Lyme disease, a cat bite wound, and dog spinal fracture, some of the things that this great doctor does. Now, folks, if you'd like to get in touch with Dr. Kathio, his phone number in Pittston is 570, of course, 655-2412. In Wilkes-Barre, 570-821-9390. We'll be back right after this break. Welcome back to Pet's Best Friend, folks. I'm hosting the show, Sam Lassant, along with the main man of the show, Dr. Inayat Kathio. And remember to get in touch with Dr. Kathio. Pittston number is 570-655-2412 and 570-821-93. Now, you have a website, correct?
I have a website.
And what is your website?
www.kathio.com.
Let's see here. We have a ferret. Tell me the story about this ferret.
The ferret, it came to me from the Lancaster, which is over 100 miles or something. This ferret has insulinoma, and that means has a tumor in the pancreas that produces a heavy amount of insulin, and he's running low on the sugar. Plus, he has adrenal disease, and adrenal hormones are off the scale or something. And this poor ferret had a tumor for 2 years. He suffered 2 years before he come to me. You can see the tumor is right on his caudal thorax and cranial abdomen, kind of a little bit lateral side or something. Nobody wanted to operate on this ferret.
So what is this? Is this the surgery now?
Yeah, this is, I removed the tumor from the, you can see the surgery. There was a big tumor.
Yes.
And it took me about 20 minutes to finish up the project. It's a project and in surgery. And the ferret, like after 20 minutes, I reversed the anesthesia. I was up looking around and see what's going on. And it was done in 20 minutes, but this ferret suffered like 2 years with this tumor or something. And the people came down from Lancaster, and that was a pro bono work that I did for my community.
What's this, Doc?
Okay, and this is the tumor, it's a histopathological tumor, histopathological figure showing that has a sebaceous gland adenoma. It is a very common tumor in the ferret, and I'm one of the few veterinarian who can read his slides, and you can tell
pathology.
In the pathology, yeah.
So they found out about you, they brought you in, and you did it pro bono?
Yeah, pro bono work because the girl has medical issues, and she was catching up with her own bills. She didn't have enough, I don't know what, but I was able to help them. I'm just like America helped me, and I'm thankful to America. So this is a little thing I can do for some people. I wish I could do for everybody.
Now the next is a dog that had a leg tumor, correct?
Dog had a leg tumor. I am totally against any growth. Any growth I see, I remove them. And you can see this dog had a little growth, and it turned into big tumor.
Wow.
Look at his leg.
Wow.
From the little like pea size to look at the size right now.
Wow.
Yeah, this was a very invasive tumor. That tumor had eaten up the all bone and it crippled the dog. This in the period of a year.
Oh,
you can see now the dog is carrying a burden. What is the burden? Is carrying a leg. Is a pain. Number one is a pain. The second thing is carrying a burden. So unfortunately, nothing could be done, and anything could be done now. This best interest of the welfare of the dog was to amputate the leg. And I amputated the leg. They do pretty well. Like look at this. Getting ready for the
Could this
surgery.
been prevented?
Oh yeah, it could have been. It could.
So if they would have brought it immediately when they saw the growth?
Yeah, but sometimes the people think it's just a fatty tumor, and that misleads the people. And even it is a fatty tumor, I don't like even fatty tumor because they travel through the facial glands and they end up into the organs where they're not supposed to be, and cause more deterioration and more damage.
There he is running around. God bless him.
Yeah. So anytime I see a small tumor, I just take it out.
Take it out.
I take it out. I don't want to take the chances. Yeah, it is better to take it out.
So how's that dog doing now?
He's doing fantastic. He's doing very good. This dog is doing very good.
And yours truly saw you that one day, if you recall, many years ago, when that guy was in the accident and the dog came in. I was a nervous wreck. The dog was a disaster, and you were as calm as a cucumber. You took this, you took that, okay, and you had to take the leg off because it was in that accident. If you recall, the dog.
The leg was already off.
Oh, that's right. The leg was off, and I was.
It was
like,
bleeding all over the place. I had to put him together then.
I don't know how I survived that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, this is amazing, and so, but you were just cool, did it, etc. And that dog did wonderful after that. Yeah. That was interesting. Now we have a cat, okay, with another tumor. Okay, so tell me about this cat.
All right, this is a cat. You can look at it on the feet and on the nose, on both sides of noses. This has lesions, and these lesions. People treated with like neosporin or something, but these lesions were not going away. When I took a closer look, and there has another lesion on his chest, and at once I knew this is something that is going to be bad news for the people. I did the histopathology, and my suspicions was right. This cat has a tumorous condition. Histopathology, progressive histiocytosis is a type of a cancer that progressively it gets. You can see this is a histopathological slide, and I can only read, and it can get into the visceral organs later on or something. It's a very painful condition. So what you do, you just manage the pain for the animal and give him a good life, but you cannot get rid of once it occurs. it never leaves it never leaves the patient.
So you treat it with medication?
With the pain medication, antibiotics for the secondary infection. And
Does it sustain it? Does it stop it?
No, it is progressive, means it will just continue to be growing until.
How do they get this?
It is a condition that happens just like any other cancer. You get it. They get this thing, and like if you notice early in the stage, but people think it's a small bump and they ignore it, and when it gets bigger, then it goes out of hand. Yeah, you can remove it, and hopefully it won't come back. But if you let it go, then it spreads. It even goes to the visceral organs like liver and other organs.
So when you have a pet, a dog or a cat, etc., so what do you know, there's ways you could just check your animal?
Yeah, when the animal have some type of problem or something has occurred to the animal, instead of treating your own, take him to the veterinarian. And again, you have to choose the veterinarian that does know pathology a lot, you know, like I don't want to say by like myself, I do have a training thanks to Dr. Wolke in that time Nesbitt Hospital. Dr. Wolke, I spent quite a few years with him in the pathology lab, and I learned a lot about the pathology. And so I'm able to readily recognize the lesion and can tell what type of lesion it is. And most of the time I encourage them to take it out, but some people, they say, okay, we will wait and see. It's because people want to save some money. They think that veterinarian, they are giving money to the veterinarian. They don't realize that this money is going to go for their pets. And somebody comes and spends the money, like say a couple $1,000 to have some big procedure done or something. They think they gave us the money, but actually the money was used for the pet's welfare.
I'm talking to Dr. Inayat Kathio, folks. The show is called Pet's Best Friend. If you want to get in touch with him, 570-655-2412. That's Pittston, and Wilkes-Barre is 570-821-9390. We come back. We have a dog with Lyme disease, a cat bite wound, and a dog's spinal fracture. Stay with us. Welcome back to Pet's Best Friend, folks. I'm your host, Sam Lassant, and the main man is Dr. Inayat Kathio, Pittston Animal Hospital, and also Wilkes-Barre Animal Hospital, 655-2412 and 821-9390. Of course, the area code 570. And his website is www.kathio.com. Okay, so now as you continue on with the show today, we have a dog here that has what, Lyme disease, or what happened?
The dog has the Lyme's disease. Lyme's disease is preventable. There is a vaccine available. I was the first one in the valley to introduce the Lyme's vaccination to the dogs, and at that time, some people said, "What is this? What's necessary, unnecessary, something?" But right now, it is where everybody knows that it is important. Lyme's disease is caused by the deer tick, black-legged tick or deer tick.
That's
you can
it.
see from the nymph, from small to the adult.
Wow.
These are the ticks. When they bite the animal, and they deliver a bacteria, and the disease spreads. And we have some tests. These tests are available. We can do them in the office, and sometime I'd send it out to the lab. The screening tests are available in the office. Now we had this is, look and see, I advertise it on outside, very with a bold statement, like Lyme's disease. Now this dog is limping. He's limping. You can see he's limping because he's been bit by the tick, and he's limping on the one leg because that's where the tick got bit. The tick bit him in that leg. That's he's limping, but it can go to the other organs. And the symptoms for the Lyme's disease not only limping, but sometimes fever, swollen lymph nodes, sometimes diarrhea. They're all kind of symptoms you see in the Lyme's disease. When people call in for the vaccinations and they check up on the prices and they go to the person that has a lower coat, but they are not realizing that they are not getting all the vaccinations, they are getting a few vaccinations. And when people come to me, I give them all the options to choose, and believe it or not, over 90% people do not want the Lyme's vaccination. And when the dog has a Lyme's vaccination, then I pointed out to them, he said, I offered you the Lyme's vaccine. Oh, we didn't think our dog will get it. It is very common, very endemic in our state.
Yeah.
And every dog should have a Lyme's vaccination. And they say, can you give the Lyme's vaccination right now? I said, we have to treat the condition first.
Okay.
You treat
How the dog work?
What's that?
How's that dog doing?
The dog is doing good, but there's a good treatment available for this. Successful treatment is available for them. We put them on the doxycycline and for a month or 21 days or something like that. They respond pretty well to, but whatever the damage is done, you're not going to replace. So please get your dog's Lyme's vaccination. It's very much important. And if you love your pet depends on you. He cannot talk to you, but I can talk for the pet, and your dog deserves to get the Lyme's vaccination.
Now we have a cat bite wound. Is this cat bitten by somebody? Or?
Yeah, the cats, the one they go outside, and sometimes they are inside, they are prone to fighting. This cat is male intact. He was in a fight. And people ignore the bite. Cat bite is one of the vicious bite. The bite itself is not as dangerous as the bacteria in the cat's mouth that enters into the tissue, and slowly, within a period of 2-3 days, it can destroy significant tissue.
Well, is this from a bite?
This is from the bite.
Oh my God.
This is from the bite, and you can see infection has gone through and through.
Another cat bit this cat?
Other cat bit this.
Okay, all right.
Initially didn't look like that one, but within 2-3 days, and the cat's condition,
oh my God.
This is 2-3 days, the bacteria ate up all the tissue.
Oh.
And there was still lots of pus on the proximal end of the cat. And now you can see I treated him, and after 2 days. This is treatment after 2 days.
Wow.
And
a big difference.
Big difference, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what I mean to say that when the cat gets bit, just take him to your veterinarian. He will prescribe you some medication, clean up the wound, and your cat will not suffer that big gash wound or abscess. Or sometime, if they waited a few more days, then the leg has to be amputated. Yeah.
Now we have a dog spinal fracture. Okay, what happened to this dog?
This dog was run over by a Lincoln car.
A car ran over this dog?
Lincoln Town car. Small dog. You can see the spine is fractured.
Oh my God.
The spine is fractured and displaced or something. And the good thing is that the driver brought it down direct to my office. And if the spinal injury is caught earlier,
he's wiggling pretty good.
Yeah, spinal injury is caught earlier. You treat it properly, the chances are the dog will walk. This is after 1 week. He was paralyzed. You can see he's dancing around and walking around with this with a fractured spine.
Wow, he's a little spunky animal.
Yeah. Now Lincoln Town has run right over his spine.
Oh wow!
And
so you treated this when they got it was
this is miraculous. This is a miracle that dog with a fractured spine walks back again in a week.
Wow,
You know,
wow.
like
That must make you feel terrific.
yes, it makes me feel good. Yeah.
Let alone the owner of that dog.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess was it the owner that ran over the dog?
Yep, yep.
Didn't know it was around.
Didn't,
Yeah, it's amazing sometimes. You just thank God these new cars now they have the cameras. Okay, so when you're backing up, you can see if there's anything in front. I don't know if he backed up on the dog or whatever, but you never know. Sometimes.
Yeah, but he slipped right into the car.
Oh, right in. Oh boy, oh boy.
You know, and.
So some of the things that we should be doing as pet owners, you know, and taking care of our pets. What are some tips that you have?
The first thing is that if you want to have a commitment to have a pet, you should learn about the pet. What is their requirements? What do they need? They need. It's not only vaccination, it's not only grooming, it's not only good nutrition to them, but once in a while they can have a sudden onset of some kind of symptoms that might require lots of financial input. You should always save some money for your animals, and if you know, because people say, "Oh, I don't think it will happen to my animal." It can happen to any animal, anything, because they have same diseases like people have, and plus they have their own diseases.
I have about is there any such as insurance for animals?
There is insurance for the animal, but believe it or not, less than 1% people have the insurance. Less than 1% people.
Do you
have
recommend people getting insurance for animals?
Again, you have to see the plan, what plan they are picking.
Okay. All right.
Because they sometimes they go and pick a cheaper plan, but does not cover doesn't cover anything.
Yeah. Hey Doc, this time goes by fast.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Keep up the good work with you're doing for Pakistan and our country. We certainly appreciate it. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that people do not know.
Oh yes, there's lots of things. There's lots of things behind the scenes.
And you do this on your own expense, which is interesting. Okay,
Yep.
Folks, if you would like to get in contact with Dr. Kathio, remember 570-655-2412. 570-821-9390. Now, folks, in the greater Hazleton area, you know, we show this on Channel 13 and 513 HD. In the Wilkes-Barre Mountaintop area and Kingston, it's Channel 92, Saturdays and Sundays from 8 to 11. And in Lackawanna County, Pittston, covering Pittston, is Channel 190, Sunday mornings, 8 to 11. And of course, in the Pottsville area, it's Channel 190, and we're on every day there. So Pet's Best Friend will be scheduled on some of those shows, and just check your listing and see when they're playing. We'll see you next time on Pet's Best Friend.